During a routine service, we're doing some work on the brakes. We found out that the rear coil spring has broken, one of the ends has come off, so we need to replace it. First stage is to undo the wheel nuts, just to loosen them. Then we need to jack the car up, and we can then remove the wheel to get to this. So using the jacking point marked on the car, we're just going to jack the car up, and we will then put a chock of wood underneath the wheel to hold it in place. The chock of wood in front of the front wheel is remove the wheel from the car, and then going to put it underneath the car to support it in case the jack breaks. Remove the spring. We need to be able to drop this lower arm, and there's an 18mm bolt here that we need to undo. Just going to undo this bolt. Before we remove the bolt completely, I've just put a trolley jack underneath just to hold the lower arm so that it doesn't spring down from the force of the spring being released, just so it doesn't go in your face. The nut has now come off the other side, so just need to carry on moving this through and the bolt will come out. Just see the end of the bolt here coming through, and not much more to go, and that will then release the lower arm. So the bolt is now out. You can see we can actually access the spring. Here we have the offending spring. You can see here the bottom section has sheared off. When you put the spring back, make sure that you put the rubber cups on at the right end. The one with the tab in the middle, or on one side, is the bottom, and you'll see in the lower arm there's a position where that actually fits in. So locate the tab in the rubber mount into the hole here, and we can then jack the lower arm up. When I was taking things apart, there was this piece of plastic that came out, and it wasn't immediately obvious where it came from. When looking on the other side, if you look here, it actually sits inside the centre of the bottom mount, and just goes in there in the centre section. We now have the spring in place, and it's just a case of jacking up the lower arm so that we can get the bolt back in, and then we can just reverse all the other steps. Once the bolt's located through, when you've raised the lower arm up enough, you just need to put a 18mm spanner on one side and then a ratchet on the other, and you'll be able to tighten it.